You've been told that money and ministry don't mix, that you're truly called and the provision will just show up. Girl, that's not faith. That's a coping mechanism for fear of asking. So here's the lie that's been passed down like scripture, that poverty is proof of piety, that if you're really about the kingdom, you won't really care about them coins. Let me tell you something. That wasn't Paul's testimony. When Saul became Paul, when God literally struck him blind, rearranged his identity, and commissioned him to the Gentiles, Paul didn't sit around waiting for manna. He didn't stand on a street corner with a sign that said, Apostle, please support. He made tents. Yeah, Paul was a tent maker before he was an apostle. And when God called him into ministry, God didn't take the skill, he used it. Acts 18:3. Paul stayed with Aquila and Priscilla. Why? Because they were tent makers too. Their shared trade sustained the mission. Paul worked with his hands, with his skill, and his gift. And then listen to this. When the churches he taught poured into, they sent offerings to support him. And he received them. He didn't reject them. He didn't say, oh no, I can't take the money for the gospel. Philippians 4:16-18. The church at Philippi sent him gifts again and again. And Paul called their offering a fragrant aroma, an acceptable sacrifice pleasing to the Lord. That's scripture. That's not prosperity gospel. Now, pause right there. Because I know what you're thinking. Coach LC, that's Paul. That's different. Tell me how. Paul used a skill God already put in him. He didn't charge for the gospel. He charged for the tent. He didn't monetize the message. He monetized the mastery. And the people he served, they blessed him because he blessed them. You have a doctorate and you're still undercharging. You have a coaching framework that literally shifts women's lives and you're still apologizing when that invoice goes out. It's not humility. That's disobedience dressed up like piety. Paul isn't the only one. This pattern runs through the entire Bible. Lydia, Acts 16, seller of purple cloth. She wasn't a pastor first, she was a businesswoman. And when she got saved, what did she do? She opened her home to the apostles. She used her wealth, the wealth she built with her skill, to fund the mission. Priscilla and Aquila, tent makers. They ran a business, traveled with Paul, and hosted a church in their home. Their trade bankrolled their calling. Luke was a physician, a doctor. You think he stopped practicing medicine when he started writing the gospel that bears his name? No. He used his medical mind to document the life of Christ with precision no other gospel writer had. Proverbs 31 woman, read it again. She buys a field, plants a vineyard, she makes linen garments and sells them. She supplies belts to the merchants. She's not just a wife, she's an entrepreneur. And the word says her husband is known at the city gates because of her. Joseph, sold into slavery, thrown in prison, but the gift of administration and dream interpretation, God never took that. That gift got him promoted to second in command over Egypt. He saved nations through a skill he developed, not through passing a plate. Every single one of these people used their gift, their skill, their mastery, and money followed. Ministry advanced. None of them confused free gospel with free labor. Woman of God, what if the thing you keep giving away for free is the very thing God gave you to fund the mission? What if the coaching, the consulting, the frameworks, the strategies, what if those aren't interruptions to your ministry? What if they are the ministry? And what if the money they generate isn't dirty? It's fuel. This is what I walk women through inside my cohort. The 90-day intensive where we stop apologizing for the price and start stewarding the provision. DM me Gold Carrier if you're ready to birth what God put in you without starving the process. So let me bring this home. The enemy doesn't need to stop your ministry. He just needs to keep it broke because a broke minister is a distracted minister. You can't focus on the work God gave you when you're worried about the bill that's due tomorrow. Tired prophet is a dull weapon. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Tired women make discounted decisions. Paul understood this. He worked to fund the mission, and he received provision from people who valued what he carried. He did both. He wasn't ashamed of either. So here's your permission slip. Not from me, from scripture. Use your gift, charge for your skill, receive the offering, build the kingdom, and stop acting like the money is a problem God didn't see coming. God called you to birth something, and He put the gift in you before you knew what to call it. And He expects you to steward it, not starve it. This word landed, tap that subscribe button. Not for me, but for you. Because every time you show up here, you're giving yourself permission to stop surviving and start building. DM me gold carrier. You're not meant to do this broke.